Welcome, friends, to the Christian O'Connell Show podcast.
All right, okay, so this is after the show. It is a meeting today. We do have business stuff to decide, dear listener. You are eavesdropping in on this. If you ever have any ideas for the show, you're more than welcome to chip them in, and we might talk about it at a future episode of After the Show. You can email me, christian@christianoconnell.com.au. Okay, what do we want to talk about?
Well, we always kind of come up with our own ideas in here, right? Because we are chock-a-block for tomorrow, so we can leave that. But I have an idea that I've been so excited to tell you guys about.
Wow. Great.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Let me guess, we're going to get title first.
Yes.
It's so true.
It always starts with a title. And then that's the top of the mountain, isn't it? And
Okay, it's not a pun because I'm normally coming up with
what?
a pun. I know, crazy, but there is a pun in it. It comes later.
Cool. Okay, wow.
Okay, so I want to introduce a new game on the show that we have every week that jackpots, right? Guess who it's got to do with? Jackpots to the next week until someone makes it happen. And the game's called Make Jack Believe.
Oh, I thought it was going to be about like jackpot.
Me too, yeah.
No, Jack Post.
Yeah, but it's jackpotting.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's the punny part. So
Yep.
Jack is a hard guy to make believe in anything.
Yes, he's
Ghosts,
a skeptic.
Yes,
Yeah.
he doesn't like any of that.
Coincidences, ghosts.
He doesn't believe in radio.
Correct. Yeah.
5-day working week. Right.
Post-show
Definitely.
meetings.
Yeah, all of this.
So I thought it would be really fun to do a weekly segment where we try and make Jack believe until he
Now, what's he
believes a
believing
story.
in?
So skeptic stuff. Because it's often that.
What is skeptic stuff? Ghosts?
Yeah, ghosts.
Paranormal?
Yes,
He hates it. I love doing
Hates
ghost phone-ins, and he really gets really pissy about it.
No, we've done it before, and they were just, shit.
Yeah, that never happened.
He's real
you know.
grumpy when they call in. It's like people really want to share great ghost stories. He's like, okay, maybe. All right, is that what you're saying? Wait there.
It's hard because, especially like as producers, we're putting people through. If we put someone that has like a really heartfelt ghost story, someone's come back, like, but what's Jack going to say to this poor woman who's,
I like the idea.
We often will say to them, just so you know, Jack is a bit of a skeptic. Like if he has a go at you, it's just more fun and playful so that they don't get actually offended. But yes,
I like the idea.
Yeah. And also he's really bad with like unbelievable stories. Like what are the odds?
Well,
We
who
do
wants to
that
be good
every
at them?
Wednesday. No, but he'll always be like, I don't think that happened. And it's
Yes.
like, it did.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, but often you can't take the listener's word for it. Some of them are congenital lies.
So that is one of my ideas.
I like that a lot.
Okay,
I really
great.
like that, actually.
Great.
Yeah, because he's like, he will be genuine.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Well, we know that man can't
Yeah,
act.
the worst actor.
And
In the
If you're listening to us outside of Australia, consider yourself lucky because he has done some TV acting work in an advert that he drafted his mum in, and his mum does all the heavy lifting.
Cool. I'll pop that one down. Now, another one that I had. And it's a story. So I don't know what the idea is, and I
Sure.
need your help with this.
Okay.
I found out a family lie within my partner's family the other weekend. We were driving somewhere together, and my mother-in-law, who is called Brenda, was telling me a story about the fact that she was born with a different name. And she did not find out until she was 18 years old.
What do you mean different name?
So she was born. Her mother said to her father, Brenda, I love this name. I'm going to call her Brenda.
Are you doing a Maltese
Yes,
accent at the moment?
I was. Sorry.
It did sound like a sort of scared version of Brenda.
Right. So
And were they watering down that driveway that you have us believe the Maltese people love to do?
they actually do love to do it.
Yeah. What are they worried about? The dust coming off the cement?
No, they just love having clean property, clean house. Everything has
That's
to
the Maltese
be
way.
immaculate.
This is the Maltese way.
It's hard to keep up with. So she said to her husband, "Great, go and take care of the birth certificate and write the name down."
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. They didn't find out for 18 years that, in fact, he wrote down her name as Bernardina. So when Brenda went to go and get her birth certificate and she said, "My name is Brenda Da," they were like, "That person doesn't exist." And she said, "What?"
Oh my God.
And they said, "No, you
That
do
is
not.
insane.
You don't exist." So then they found, obviously got the details of the hospital, the parents' names, so on and so forth. And they found out that the father had actually put her name down as Bernardina because he didn't like Brenda. And so her
We have to do something about family lies.
yeah.
Family lies uncovered.
Yeah. So crazy.
Wow, that is a great story.
know.
I really love that.
I know. I was like, what the hell? Your whole life you thought you were someone else.
And what name does she like to go by?
She's Brenda. Yeah,
Right.
she's now Brenda.
Wait, so was the dad just like, I prefer this name, I'm just going to go
Yeah.
for it and not tell
And
the
not
mum?
tell anyone. Yeah.
Has the mum blown up at the dad since?
She did. Well, yes, she did.
You'd
back
be
but
furious.
once she'd found out, she was like, Sammy, what the hell? And then, yeah. So
Again, in that Maltese way.
yes, yeah.
Sammy, what the hell? Huh?
What are you doing?
Wow, so many voices.
I know, amazing. I used to work with this guy. He used to be a great newsreader on the show years ago, and his dad passed away. And at the funeral, there were suddenly people there that he didn't recognise. Okay? When at the wake, started talking to them and said, how did you know? And they went, one of them went, he was my dad. He'd never seen this guy before. Found out at the funeral, dad, secret family. Other side of the world, in America. Flown over from the funeral, had a whole other family who
Did
knew
they
nothing
know
about.
about the other
No.
family? No one knew about
No,
each
they
other.
were surprised as well. Suddenly thought something must have gone on. Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
How often would he go back to America?
They don't even know.
Oh my
They then
God.
found a load of photos
Yeah.
that they had of him at family get-togethers. He did a lot of travelling overseas for work
Yes.
business, and why would they think anything otherwise? But obviously, that's when he was seeing his other family.
Holy shit.
They knew he had another family, but they didn't know to what extent. It only came out in the last couple of years of his life.
Oh my God.
Hard to, and this
crazy.
guy got to now is heavily involved in this, this whole other family he now has. They have each other. But at first he was very angry and confused.
Of course, yeah.
Because you would be.
Oh my God.
Because
yeah.
you think, so who was he really?
Yes.
Did he really love us? Did he love them more?
Yeah.
And I don't say, but yeah, stuff coming up and about family lies is huge. You get so much stuff for that.
Yeah, I actually had a friend, now that you were talking about that. Her father
Oh no,
was...
the topper's here. Let me guess. Found out that her brother was Jesus
I'm
Christ.
adding to your story. I'm
Yeah.
not topping it.
Yeah, well, get ready, Rio. But she's trying to blow it out of the water.
No, it was simply that he was a air hostess and he would fly back and forth to the US and he'd be over there for a couple of weeks and then come back.
Oh, that's how he'd get away with it, by being
Correct.
an air host.
Found out that he'd had a 20-year affair with another woman in the US.
Just by flying with the...
Yep, same
It's a
airline
long
for 20
time
years.
between dates, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm not on the shift. Isn't for another 8 weeks.
I would
Just
never-
you wait. Things I'm going to do to you. Oh, no, it's the 14th. Yeah, hopefully I'll get that shift.
But yeah, there's ways.
Yeah.
There's ways to
Wow.
There's ways. Family ways.
Good to know.
Yeah.
If I find myself in that
Yeah,
situation.
Rio, what do you want to talk about?
I have... Well, actually, I'll wait for that one. A couple of weeks ago, I was shopping. I was walking back to the car, and I have a weird thing about trash. I hate litter on the ground. I always pick it up. So I picked up a receipt that was someone from Woolworths, and I was having a read of it because I'm a nosy, sticky baby.
I would do the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah, same.
I know. Even if I see discarded shopping lists in trolleys, I will pick it up and read it.
Yes. I even look at other people's trolleys just to see what they
Oh,
have.
we
Have
all
a
do.
little
And then
small-
you judge them, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, someone's got an ass
Loops.
problem. 48 loo rolls. What, are you going home for a big shit when you get back from it?
Well, you guys are perfectly suited for this game
Yeah?
then. Because I was having a look and I was like, I know, just from this shopping list, I know everything about you. I reckon it had minute steak, 2-minute noodles, Wonder White bread. And I was like, this is a 19-year-old, probably lives around the corner at Brunswick in a share house.
Yes.
Definitely a
100%.
student. Definitely lives with 3 other boys. They just had the Coles sausages that are just
Yo, yuck.
$3.
You're right there. The lack of greenery or any kind of vegetation
Yes,
says
yes.
young male.
Exactly. So I would love people
Oh, that's good.
to send in their receipts or their shopping lists.
Yes.
And then we have to, I'm not entirely sure what we figure out about them. Are we figuring out their jobs, their age, that kind of stuff? Hopefully you guys can help fill in the gaps. But
No.
you send in your receipts, we read them out, and we try to guess stuff about you.
Yeah.
We call it basket case.
Great,
I
great.
I like. Do.
Do-do-do.
Yeah.
So that's basket case. The other idea I had, a bit more simple idea, but yesterday we had, I can't remember her name, but she called up, she met her husband on an Oasis fan website.
Yes.
That's how they fell in love. I always love, it's the most basic question, but I love finding out how people meet.
Oh, anytime you meet a new couple, it's always the most interesting question to ask people.
Yes.
Because you get a story
Yes,
straight away.
always.
And then normally really nice stories. They're great stories.
How did you and Sarah meet?
I was living with my Irish flatmate. He had this girlfriend that happened to be Sarah's best friend. And one day I came back from the pub quite drunk.
You?
I was single then, living in London. And so then it's like you just went to the pub every night after work. And so it must have been at 10:30. And Adrian, my Irish flatmate, was getting ready to go out and go and see his girlfriend. And he said, she's been at a funeral today. She's really sad. And she's got a friend there. And can you come along and sort of cheer them up? And I was like, all right.
Okay.
Got in the car, went with him, and met Sarah. She had a serious boyfriend then. They're on the verge of moving in together. Yeah, and that is how we met. And 3 days later, she broke up from him.
Wow, 3 days.
That's the power of me.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You must have been very funny.
What did you do?
Excuse me? Why does that sound surprising? The voice went up at the end.
No, it was...
Wow.
No.
That burrows in the mind, that does. I went to sleep tonight.
Sarah.
What did she say?
No.
Why did she
always
mean it
laughing.
like that? You must have been then. Past tense she used.
No,
Not
that
you
night.
are.
Different life.
Undeniable. They must have been funnier then. Must have been nice to meet him then. lucky Sarah. But yeah, this is great though.
Yeah, just simply like, how'd you meet?
No,
Yes.
it's a good one.
Yeah,
It's a good
love.
one. Yes.
Can I suggest something back to the receipts? You guys bring in a receipt each. Oh, no, it's actually not going to work. Because I was going to say,
Who's
we
is
should
who?
bring in all of our receipts,
Oh
the
God,
team,
that'd be a real mystery.
and then you guess who's who. Just from 3 of the items.
Maybe it's a
actually
demo
quite
round.
fun. Yeah.
That actually can work.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I know. I could pick out yours.
Oh, you reckon? What do you reckon I got?
Fancy fruit.
Like what?
What's fancy fruit?
Like
They just
blueberries?
would do. Blueberries, raspberries, superfoods.
Yeah.
Low fat yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah.
I could guess Rio's. Rosé.
Yeah.
Oysters.
Yes.
Oysters in the weekly shop.
Yeah. That's just an average Tuesday. Moreton Bay bugs on a Wednesday.
Must be nice.
All right. Couple of things then. I think it'd be really great. Obviously, often on the show, I will talk about being a parent. Patsy does, and now Jackie Boy does with his 2-year-old son. For a lot of our audience, they are parents. I think it'd be great to have a weekly feature that was kind of like dispatches from the front line where parents can share their recent battles or whatever they had going on.
War stories.
War stories, yeah.
Yes.
Working titles, World War Teen.
Oh, I love
Because
that.
teenagers is where you really cut your teeth as a parent.
Yes.
Whenever I see anyone who's got a kid under the age of 12, I'm like, easy days. Easy days. They think you're a golden god. Just you wait till the hormones arrive and the teenage years. That's where parenting really kicks in.
Oh, I
It's when you got
love that.
teenagers.
And Patsy's just about heading into
Yes.
that world.
Yes.
Yeah. She's got no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
So just-
Wild ride.
What did you find that biggest change, like the hardest part?
Everything changed.
Right.
Everything.
Yeah, everything changed because everything is changing with them on a sort of molecular, cellular level. Literally, hormones are rising and changing with 2 daughters. So everything was changing physically, emotionally, the relationship they have with you, and then therefore you have to with them. It's like they go to bed one night, and then that child, they're gone, ain't coming back. Someone else reemerges.
Right.
Oh,
Wow.
it's also beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've had so much fun. And obviously now Ruby, who's 20, is technically not a teenager, but still
Yeah.
behaves like a teenager.
Like Jack.
The teenage years are, you can have most amazing conversations.
Yes,
You can
you
have
would, yeah.
so much adventures. You can go and do more things together. But the one thing that does change very quickly is when they become teenagers, that's where they show that they've been watching you the whole time and they're always on the verge of disappointment.
Okay.
The amount of times my wife would go away for a week or so I'd be it'd just be me and the girls. And I go, listen, this is what today's plan is. We're going to go here, then we need to go and do that, and then we're going to go here. And they would go, that doesn't make any sense. And I go, what do you think we should do? And they go, we should go there, then there, and then because that's the way, go there. And I go, yeah, all right, then we'll do what you
We'll try it.
You plan it out. But we like that, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Great.
Love
I
that.
think they could really become something.
Yes, definitely.
Because there's so many funny stories out there.
Yes.
With our audience and that about parenting and what it is like. It is like kind of being on a front line at times.
Yes.
And I think we do it in the right spirit of obviously deep love and affection for our kids, but this is the reality as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, yesterday on the show we were talking about first world problems, and I was talking about Lois genuinely mad at me that somehow we've run out of olive oil. Like, somehow you've let this happen.
You did this to me.
You've really let yourself down as a dad here with this. She actually did this, empty the bottle out. I went, all right, mate, you're going to be okay.
Yeah, you can
we can get
some.
through this, yeah. Toddle along, off you go and buy some. Problem changed.
Lois is also very scary. Like, even
Yeah.
I'm scared of Lois.
Oh, my word.
She's
There's-
17, and
Yeah.
I'm like, she's way smarter than me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
whatever you say, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yesterday evening, we were watching our favourite TV show, and I was about to put another one on. She went, this is awkward, but I need you to drop me up at my friend's house. I'm staying there tonight. Mama said that I had to tell you, and I was like, my wife was going out as well. I said, no, it's all right, you don't need to protect me from the truth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be okay. A night, I go to bed early anyway during the week anyway for the show. I said, it's gonna be all right. What do you mean? You and your mum have been talking about it.
Oh,
You'll have to
that's
break it
kind
to
of
him.
Were you
lovely.
enjoying straws? I'm not telling him. He's lined up the second episode. Not for us. The TV just got turned off.
Oh, but
Oh,
that's lovely.
brutal.
No, it's actually kind of
No,
nice
it
that
is.
she kind of goes, I don't, that
Cares
you,
enough.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
knows
Yeah,
how
Yeah, but I
much.
keep telling you, your job isn't to caretake us.
No, but she knows how much you love spending time with her.
Oh my God!
and
Yeah,
that-
it's the best thing about kids. Sometimes that's just hanging out on the couch watching whatever TV shows you're
Yeah,
watching.
I love that with my dad.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't get to see him all that often, and when I go back, I love just being in his presence.
Yeah,
sitting
they
with
just
him.
want you to hang out with them. Really,
Yeah.
it isn't even about what is being done. Really,
Yeah.
it's just about hanging out with them and being fully present there with
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah,
And what will you watch with the old man? What does he like to watch? Fishing shows.
No, God, no. No, but he does.
I've not
like-
met him, but he's trying to someone who watches some of those. You know when they're on like
Rex
channel
Hunt. Yeah,
Rex
yeah,
Hunt,
yeah,
channel
yeah,
952, the fishing channel.
No, I don't think he actually would ever watch that. He'd be like, oh, what's this shit? He'd more be like, I don't know, like action movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He really, really loves. Like Jason Bourne, obsessed.
Yeah. Well,
Obsessed
they
with
came
that
out
tip.
about 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but there's so
has
many
Has he
that he
been
would
to
watch
cinema in the
those.
last decade? Jason Bourne.
No, but
He
we
really likes this new movie franchise called James Bond. Indiana Jones, he's just got into.
No, but we always swap like suggestions of like TV shows and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, so we have a
Yeah.
very similar taste.
The other thing I want to talk about is the Goldies, right? So you know I
Yes.
mentioned this idea,
Yes,
and
yes.
now we do need to talk about it, right? Because we need to start moving towards
Mm-hmm.
actually it taking part on air because we're coming towards the middle of October.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea was, in Australia, the biggest TV awards of the year is called the Logies. We're on a radio station called Gold. This is called the Goldies. And it talks about people who've got a heart of gold. And I think every year, every country has like the celebrities and people in the public sphere who've done great work who are recognised for that, and rightly so. But there are all these unsung, unknown heroes in our communities and in our lives that do all this stuff that we never ever hear about. And their stories are really just as powerful. And sometimes more powerful because we don't even get to know about them. And these people are kind of like reluctant heroes and probably wouldn't even feel that comfortable about the word hero being used with them, which makes it more powerful.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about the paramedics that came to Sarah's mum when she was dying, and they couldn't save her life, but it wasn't because of how hard they tried to keep her alive. Next week, Sarah and I are going to meet the three paramedics that came to say thank you.
Wow.
Right? And so I was thinking about those people and when they left us, and they were just incredible, way beyond whatever their training is. They just did something else. And I was thinking about they went off to whatever the next call out was, and that was for the next 8 hours. When they left us about 6 o'clock on a Saturday night, I think he had, Rob was saying they got another 6 or 7 hours left on their shift that night. And I was thinking about all that stress involved. And one of the guys been doing it for 23 years. I was like, wow. Which is why my wife and I want to see them next week. And apparently they were even slightly confused and they were like, oh, they don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. But I really want to do it. And I thought, there are so many people like that that
Yeah.
do real magic in the world. And I think this year, It's really felt like to me there's a lot of really worrying, scary, genuinely scary stuff in the world right now.
Yeah.
We're constantly bombarded with it. And I think it's our responsibility to actually remind people there is that, but also just widen up the lens. And there's also this. Right amongst us, actually, people you don't even know about. You might be in a cafe one day and be sat opposite somebody who every week does this for a local sports team or goes to see this elderly woman that lives down the road and takes her shopping and stuff like that. And I really want us to do a way that actually we find out who these people are and we say thank you and we celebrate their hearts of gold. That's what the idea is.
I absolutely love it because, as you said, there is such a wide variety of people that deserve recognition that don't get it. And there's also a lot of people that want to give that recognition that don't have the platform for it.
Yeah, we can give them that platform.
And we can give that, and that's all it needs to be.
It doesn't even need any more, does it? Do we need actually awards? How would it work?
I do love the idea of an award.
Yeah,
just
it's like a little heart, isn't it?
Something beautiful like that. That's just a little heart of recognition.
And it's like a little kind of thing on a piece of wood.
Yeah, a plaque.
Yeah, that's the
like
word.
a plaque.
Yeah.
We could do that, or we could even just do like a trophy that has a heart on it.
Yeah.
And it's obviously gold, which would be beautiful. I think.
Or something that was cheaper than actual gold.
What? Oh, yeah, no, not actual gold, but gold coloured.
The way things are going economically. And this.
But you know what it made me? It made me
Maybe it's Sharpie gold. Yeah.
It's a thought that counts.
Actually, we could do
Yeah.
that. I do remember a story that we once had on air. And it could even lend into this area of a woman who had an episode on the side of the road. I can't remember if it was a heart attack or not, but a man helped her. And she remembers him clearly because obviously she was going through it. She could see his face. But she was never able to find him and still was never able. And we tried to as a show to find him, but we couldn't. So even those kind of stories that you think about, like imagine if we were able to find that guy and be able to do that, even though I'm sure he's one of those people that goes, I'm not a hero.
Yeah.
But they really are to someone. And that's what matters. It's not how they perceive themselves, it's how people perceive them. So I absolutely love this idea.
So how do we see it working? We would talk about it, like we've just done, and then invite people to tell us about someone who is this, has got a heart of gold. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, as simple as that. And I think like a lot of things that we do, it starts out with the idea and keeping it simple and just asking the question, and that will just flow in. People will flow in and we'll kind of lead and take it wherever it goes, and we'll have those awards ready. And it excites me to be able to be a part of that because those are like the real heart moments of the show that we always look for.
Yeah.
And I think, it's a constant thing now is news is always so negative and there is a scary world out there at the moment. And being able to have good news stories like the ones that we'll hopefully get from these people.
Yeah.
Every day it would just be a joy to listen to.
Much.
Yeah, it gives them so much and then everyone else listening.
Yeah, and I think there's a gift when you hear about people like that. It makes you it makes you feel good immediately, doesn't it? Even if you don't know that person.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it does something to you.
Yeah, it also, when you were talking about how you felt and how what those people gave you, that gave me a lot of comfort for you. Like I thought to myself, I'm so glad that he had those people there in those hard times.
Massively.
And the same thing of those people that were there for you in those hard times. They experience, they're there at the worst moment of people's lives.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
And they take that on every single day.
Yeah.
And so, just to be able to even be recognised and just go, we really want to thank you. You need to understand what that meant to me.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
All right, let's definitely start to do that soon on the show because it's the middle of October.
Yes.
All right, guys, we've got loads here. Okay, really good to do this again. I've missed our little catch-ups like this. Thank you very much for all your ideas. There's loads of brilliant stuff here.
So much.
Thanks,
all right, team. See you again soon on After the Show.
Bye.
Had to add it in last word. I've warned you about this, Topper.
Topper.
Same thing happened to me, but better. And if you know someone who actually does have a heart of gold, email me, tell me about them. Christian@christianoconnell.com.au. Thank you.
The Christian O'Connell Show Podcast.